So today what we're talking about is LTS Platinum Partner. You guys probably already see this page on the our new catalog. We put this page right next to the catalog's Platinum banner page or the cover page. That's really we believe this new platform, this cloud-based management platform, is going to help you guys tremendously in terms of helping you managing and as well as doing maintenance for all the job sites out there. This cloud platform is backward compatible, meaning you're able to use the existing NVRs and DVRs and IP cameras in the field, as long as they support PT Cloud, which is, good 6 years or even more. Old cameras and NVRs already support that, okay? So most of the cameras and the recorders out there in the field is able to, be added to this platform. And the key benefit, okay, the key benefit of this platform is that with this platform, you do not need to install any software, including IP portal, on the PC anymore, right? It is purely web-based, so that there's no PC software installation required. You'll be able to use a web interface or the mobile app to do the activation, discovery activation, configuration, and hand it over to the end user. The whole procedure can be done through web or through the mobile app. The second benefit is that the whole thing does not require you to do any port forwarding or DDNS. Okay, this way it's fully based on PT Cloud, the cloud management platform, and you do not need to do anything in terms of port forwarding. I know that typically with port forwarding, or you have a little bit more functionalities from the web interface directly of the NVR or the IP camera. We actually integrated that into the PT Cloud platform, so that right now, even though you're using PT Cloud, scanning it and then adding it to the device or adding it to the system, you are still able to get the full access of the web interface, as you can see in the screenshot on the lower right corner. You can do the remote configuration and checking firmware, upgrade firmware on the mobile app, as well as the web interface, okay, the web interface. This way, you don't need to worry about each and every job site, create a different domain name and managing the domain name and whatnot. Everything is done through the PT Cloud platform. Moving on. This LPP platform combines device discovery, remote configuration, as well as viewing capabilities. Okay, it's all in one. It's all in one. There's no more need for port forwarding anymore. You don't need to look up for passwords in terms of the device passwords, nor do you need to worry about the DDNS account password. I know that many of you have been encountered in certain browsers as well, so certain not browsers but routers, as well as certain internet service providers claiming that the dvrlists.com domain is not secure because someone has been, abusing it. Utilizing this route, the PT Cloud route, you don't need to worry about DDNS issue whatsoever anymore. In addition, with port forwarding required for DDNS, you don't need to do that anymore to worry about local IT, terminating your port forwarding or whatnot, because this is going through the PT Cloud platform. It will be much simpler for you and much less hassle down the road. You can access all the devices and tools from the browser directly, right? So as you can see, this is the login interface of the LTS Platinum Partner. You just log into your company's admin account, and then you'll be able to access all the job sites across the United States of the installations you guys did, and be able to manage from there. This platform already have the IP portal or device discovery tool built in through the web browser. As you can see this screenshot that, using browser, it's able to find all the local devices connected to the same network. You don't need to install any IP portal. However, there is indeed a plugin of the web browser you do need to install in order for this to work. Note that right now there is only the plugin for Windows-based PCs. There's no plugin for Mac just yet. So with Mac computers, you are still able to log in to this LPP platform. However, you are not going to be able to utilize IP portal tool or the remote configuration that way. So we'll highly recommend for now use PC-based computers, and then when we have the plugin for Mac, then move on to Mac. Here, using the web-based IP portal tool, you have the full functionalities of IP portal, including discovering all the devices, changing its IP addresses, and even reset the passwords. So this way, you don't need to go to job sites. You can just, have customers give you a remote computer or something, and then you'll be able to do it that way, so that you'll be able to be much easier and more efficient of you and your installer's time. The adding process is very simple. You just select the device, and you can select multiple, and then type in the admin password, assuming this device is not an activated device, or if it is, just type in the admin password that you put in it already, and then you will be able to add it under your management. Remote configuration over cloud is also very straightforward. As you can see in the left side, this is the NVR's configuration page of our Los Angeles showroom. It's a 32-channel NVR. It has full control over all the settings, just like you would do through Pro Forwarding. As you can see, it is, indeed the same web interface that you are already familiar with. You have all the configurations from audio events to, image settings, VCA settings is all available here, so that you don't need to worry about have to do Pro Forwarding anymore. This gives you the full range of control. Lastly, once you've done all the configurations, you are going to be able to, or you'll need to share this device to your end users, right? End users still going to use LTS Connect mobile app as well as their LTS Connect account. So from this point on, LPP, the LTS Platinum Partner, is the account for installers, while LTS Connect will be account and platform for end users. So once you've done setting it up from the LPP, the LTS Platinum Partner, you will need to share certain user permissions to certain end user of yours, right? So you can either, like you can see here, choose to share whichever devices or the entire job site to the end user, depending on if the end user is using the email address or the phone number to create their LTS account number. You just type in there, and then in their LTS account mobile app, they will be able to see under service tab a device transferring or sharing request. And then once they hit accept, they will be able to see all the devices on their mobile app. Again, LTS Platinum Partner web interface as well as mobile app is designed for installers, while LTS Connect app is designed for end users. Later this year, we're coming up with a LTS Connect Teams web interface as well. That's also for end users. So, this way we're separating the installer interface from the end user interface so that we can better serve both of you guys. This is the app interface of what we just talked about. So you are able to do the same thing, no matter if you're using the web interface or the mobile app. So it's really up to your preference of what platform that you want to use. As you can see on the mobile app, we have IP portal tool built into it as well. It is going to search all the devices on the local network that you connected your mobile phone to using Wi-Fi most likely. You'll be able to see that, all the devices has been, searched, and you'll be able to do the configuration in terms of activation, do a quick live view or playback, change the IP address, do a restore, force a reboot, reset the passwords, and a whole bunch more. So you see here that, you're totally able to use mobile app to do the same thing. Once you've done all the setup, again, you can also share to the end users from the LPP app to their LC app or LTS Connect app. There are two modes. One mode is called transfer, meaning you are handing over the ownership of this device to the end user, so that once you've done that, the end user will have a choice in terms of if they want to give you back the permission for you to do any configuration or maintenance. On the other hand, you can do a share. A share meaning the installer account, which means your account, still have the ownership of the devices and the job site. So you can go in and do changes, configurations, maintenance anytime you want, with or without end user's permission. So this is totally up to you guys. The dynamic between end user and installer is, up to you. We do not touch any of that. We just give you the two options that you will be able to, use depending on the situation. And here is more of a overview of what's going to be like, the full process. So when you create the customer permissions, you can choose what devices and what, type of permission you want to give to the end users. And then you will be able to go in and see, choose each and every one and move on to the next. You can either hand it over through a QR code, meaning using LTS Connect app of theirs. They can scan the QR code that you generated from your LPP account or LTS Platinum Partner account, and then they'll be able to see that right away. Alternatively, you can use handover via phone/email function that you manually type in their account's email address or the phone number, depending on which they use to set up. Then you will be able to hand over, and then they'll be able to find it in the system. And lastly, we'll talk one more thing about remote configuration on the mobile app. As you can see, remote configuration from the mobile app, you can choose either you want to use the NVR or DVR or see the remote access of those recorders. Or alternatively, you can, going through the NVRs and access the camera's web interface as well. Right? On the mobile app, you see you have system settings, user management, network settings, platform settings, video, audio, image, channel management, storage management, events, as well as maintenance, which includes firmware upgrades, as well as reboot and default. So, you have full range of control over here that you will be able to, utilize and really help you with your installation. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the value-adding services. There are 3 value-adding services which are free right now. Right now, once you log in to the LTS Platinum Partner mobile app or the web interface, once you create a new account, you will be able to get a free trial of all 3 value-adding services. You have health monitoring package, you have employee account package, as well as co-branding package. The health monitoring package is very self-explanatory, that you are able to give them the ability to monitor all the devices. You are able to check the hard drive status, be able to see the network status, device temperature, all good stuff. You'll be able to monitor through that. The employee account here is talking about right now, by default, it is, just one account per manager or per company. However, there are cases where, you need extra employee accounts for your installers who's in charge of certain job sites, but not the others. That will require this employee account package. And lastly, co-branding package. meaning that, the co-branding will be able to allow you to show your company's logo as well as your message on the end user's NVR, DVR, as well as their LTS Connect mobile app. So all that is for free trial right now. The pricing is to be determined. We don't have that information just yet, but once we have, we'll create another webinar as well as other means of communication and convey you guys the information needed. So after this training, please do go ahead and create your own account on LPP platform and then play around with it. If you have any question whatsoever, please reach out to us and then we'll be able to help you out. And then let me get into the chat and see if we have any questions so far. All right, Travis is asking, once you share with end user, can the installer still manage the NVR? Yes, you're still able to manage the NVR, assuming you use the sharing functionality, not the transferring functionalities, so that you will be able to still manage the NVR without the end user's consent, without end user's permission. Or, and then if you did share, as you can see that in the sharing portion, when you create different permissions, you are able to choose what type of sharing, or what type of permission you want to give. Inside which there is a share permission that you can, give to the end user, and then the end user will be share that to the other end user accounts that they choose, or LTS Connect account that they want to share, just as if, the account is being added directly to the LTS Connect. Sheila is asking for pricing. It's to be determined, and we do not currently have, how much it will cost or when it's going to be available. That we know that, it's probably going to be next year. Thomas is asking, how do we add clients to our LPP account? You do not add client to your LPP account. You add your job sites as well as devices to the LPP account. Now, once the job site is created and configured, you will be able to share that job site or certain devices to your client's LTS Connect account, so that under their LTS Connect account, they will be able to view and do configurations if you choose to give them such permission. Sales is asking, is a portal free and value service will billable, or are they the same? So the only thing that is going to be valued service, meaning there will be a monthly cost, is this 3 package here we listed, we're sharing right now. Everything before, including the IP portal, remote configurations, they are all free. There's no charge or whatsoever on that. It's only the 3 adding service here: health monitoring, extra employee accounts under your company, as well as co-branding are gonna be value added, meaning they will charge monthly fee. But everything we talked about before, like sharing, like IP portal, like configuration, viewing, they are all free. Sheila is asking, is this only for NVR or DVR also? NVR, DVR, IP camera, and going forward, access control and intercom, as long as the device support LTS PT Cloud, they will be able to add to this system. Don is asking, is this as stable of a connection as DDNS for 64-channel NVRs? It is going to be a very stable connection. We're using the Amazon's AWS servers in the United States. And, as long as the network connection from the end user's job site is pretty good, then you will be fine. Alan is asking, can customers stay connected for longer than 5 minutes with PT Cloud? Currently get kicked out after a short time? Indeed, that is a good question. Once they purchase or once they have the health monitoring package, then the 5 minutes streaming limitation on the PT Cloud is removed. However, if they do not have that health monitoring package, then there's still going to be the 5 minutes viewing limitation. Carlos asking, is there any protocol the customer need to open on the network to send footage to the cloud? I think he's talking about, is there any port the customer need to open on the network to send footage to the cloud? And answer is no. There's no need to do any port forwarding whatsoever. Just scan the QR code or use the serial number of the IP camera, then they will be able to see it. Anwar is asking, if an end user changes admin password, then we need to get the password again. Well, ideally, if you are holding the commission or holding the devices ownership under your company as an installer, then the end users will not have access to the admin passwords. However, if they decided to, open up the package and, do a hard reset or whatnot, then yes, then the device will show offline on the LPP platform, and then you do need to, add it back in and to, correct the admin password. Sal's asking, can you give different permissions to customer employees, managers, staff, etc.? Yes, you are. You are able to create different sharing with different permissions to different people. This way, you will be able to create different permissions for different customer employees. Dan is asking, will it detect mixed NVR, such as Hikvision and Dahua access on the same network? Yes, we will detect those, but you will not be able to add it into the system. Thomas is asking, is the monthly cost an installer cost or an user cost? It is both. So LTS is going to charge monthly cost to end users. Well, correction. LTS is going to charge monthly cost or annual cost to the installers. And then the amount of money that you guys as installers charge end users is totally up to you. That has nothing to do with LTS. Willie is asking, can we still able to use GDNS service? Yes, you are still going to be able to use GDNS for now. Once this thing is up and running, then and we are gonna send out a notification, say after half a year or maybe a year later, we're gonna stop the free GDNS service. So please do convert as many customers into LTS Platinum Partner. Jay is asking, do you have cloud backup of NVRs and DVRs? No, right now we're not doing cloud storage just yet. We're just doing cloud management. Carlo is asking, what about if the company has a firewall that controls outbound traffic on the company's network? Then yes, you do need to work with local IT to ensure that the devices have outbound traffic or outbound pathway so that it will be able to communicate with Amazon cloud service. Okay, so that's all I have in the chat section. I am going to go into the Q&A, and I see there's no Q&A section whatsoever, nothing in there. So, it will be end of this webinar then. Thank you guys so much, and sorry for the early technical issue that we encountered. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our technical supports, our sales engineers are all well equipped with knowledge and experience on this platform. And then also, if you need of one-on-one showing of this new platform, please do schedule with our sales team as well as sales engineering team, and then they will be able to help you out.